Hello everyone, welcome to Shop Dev. So in this video we are going to have a look at the null conditional operators. So basically what the importance of these operators. So traditionally, to check if an object is null, and hence we can access either its elements or members. But with null conditional operators, life is much more simpler, and you can avoid writing if conditions before accessing members or elements of an object. Okay, so let's begin. So this null conditional operator is available as from C#6, and we have two variants of the null conditional operator. Okay, one that provides member access, other one provide element access if and only if operand is not null, otherwise null is returned. So the first variation here is used to access the members of an instance if and only if the instance is not null. The second one is used to access elements, for example elements in a dictionary or in a list. Okay, so this performs the null check for us, and if the object is not null, or the element object is not null, then we can access it. So let's see with a simple example, and in the syntax and usage section. Okay, so consider I have an employee class. Okay, for example here it is assigned to null. Okay, but in C#5, so if ever I had to access a method of that instance, okay, instance method register, so in order to avoid non-reference exception, I needed to have an if condition and check if the employee is not null. But in C#6 and later, you can avoid it by just writing the question mark, a dot, and call your corresponding method. So what does this operator does here? So in case the employee instance is not null, the register method will be invoked. Otherwise, it won't. So this avoids code crash and non-reference exception in your code. Now, consider element access with null conditional operators. So assume that I have a dictionary where the key is of type string and it contains integer elements. Okay, so if ever I needed to access an element via the key from the dictionary, I needed to do a check if the dictionary is not null, and then I can access it. Okay, well, for the dictionary we do have the try-get method, but just for the purpose of understanding, I'm using this example. Okay, but this piece of code, C#5 piece of code, you can rewrite it in C#6 with the null conditional operator. So here, using the question mark operator followed by brackets, square brackets, so you're doing the same check as above. So if the dictionary is not null, access element with having key 1. Okay, so one thing to remember, which is very important with null conditional operators, that they are short-locating. So what does that mean? Is that if ever one operation in the chain of the conditional member or element access operations return null, the rest of the chain does not execute. So consider this example, like I said, if employee is null, this won't be executed. So in this scenario, employee is null, this method will never be called. But you can use it, expand it to more than one usage in an expression. Okay, so consider you have an instance, B is a member and C is an element, okay, of B. So if A is null, B will not be evaluated, the chain will be broken, and C is not evaluated either if A or B is null. So that's the importance of the null conditional operator. It can make your code simpler, avoid several nested if conditions. Okay, so let's see with an example. So I have the same employee. So for me, I would just at first go check with my employee example that this doesn't generate a null reference exception. So I have a simple employee class with a first name property and an instance method register or a person parameter. Okay, so here just making sure that it doesn't throw the null reference exception. Okay, same for example 2, where I have a simple dictionary which is assigned to null and I'm accessing the element. Okay, so here you can see employee is null, so no null reference exception. Dictionary is null, okay, no null reference exception, okay, with a null conditional operator. Now let's initialize the values. Okay, and let us check the behavior. So logically here my register method should be called with member access, and for element access I should be having values populated on both sides of the value and new value. Okay, so let's check. Yes, my method is being called, okay, with the classic way. And now with the C#6 way, with null conditional operator, you see it is being invoked. Okay, so I passed parameter version 6, and for my dictionary as well initialized, so I'm adding 2 elements in my dictionary, 1 and 2, the keys, and value 1 and 2, so I can access the value. Okay, so value is 1, and if I use the null conditional operator to access an element, so my value is 1 as well. So that's it guys for the demo, and let's wrap up for this session. So the key points to remember with the null conditional operators are that they are short-circuiting. If any member is null in the chain, the rest of the chain is not executed. So if you like the video, please like it and subscribe to my channel, Shop Dev. Thank you guys. Bye.